Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing all of my beauty empties for the month of April, and you guys, it's a bigger basket this month. I'm very excited to see all the empties that are in here, and I'm even more excited because so many of them are actually full-size products. So if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, welcome. As I said, my name is Ashley. I am an avid project planner and beauty content creator in general. So if that is something that you are into, you are definitely in the right place. And for all of my returning friends, welcome. I love all of your faces and I am so glad that you are here with me today while we go through all of these empties. Before we do that though, what are we thinking? I tried something different with the eyes today. You guys know pastels, not typically my jam, but I have that Lost in Los Angeles palette in one of my projects, so I thought, you know, let's do something that is very much outside of my comfort zone. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but I would love to know what your thoughts are down in the comments. So let's talk about all of the things that are in here. I'm going to just sort of pull them out at random. Usually I like to try to keep them categorized, but it's just not how it's gonna roll today. So the first thing we have is this right here. This is from Tarte. This is the Micellar Magic Micellar Water. I use this up in my 50 Shades of Purple project pan, and I'll be honest, it's fine. I tend to have a pretty neutral opinion when it comes to most micellar waters. I've never tried one that's been like knock your socks off great. I've tried some that I have not really enjoyed, but for the most part, they're all pretty much on an even playing field, and this is no different. I'll be honest, the reason that I bought this was for the packaging. It's got one of those like little pumps. So I will be holding on to this packaging and putting something else in it at some point, but this was not an inexpensive product, so I'm very happy that I got it all used up. The next item, if we're going with skincare, is going to be this right here. This is from Fresh. This is the Soy Face Cleanser. This is just a little mini size. I do enjoy this very much. I feel like it is quite effective, but it's also very gentle. It is one of those cleansers that does not foam at all, which for me is a little awkward. I want just a little bit of foamy in there. I realize that the foaming action is what most people say is not really great for your skin, that strips it of the moisture. So I understand that, but a little bit of foaminess is very satisfying. However, this is definitely a product that I will continue to use samples that come my way, and at some point I will likely buy a full size. One that I have a full size of and not necessarily looking forward to panning is from Laneige. This is their night sleeping mask. I'm sorry, their water sleeping mask. And this is not a bad product. I feel very meh about it. I don't feel like my skin looks any better in the morning. It doesn't look any worse, which is, you know, definitely a positive, but definitely something that if I did not already own it, I would not be looking to purchase. So eventually I'll be panning the full size, but this might be the last of my minis, maybe. I don't know. I really should go through and inventory all that business. All right, one that I also felt kind of meh about, this is from Fresh. This is the Lotus Youth Preserve Dream Face Cream. This is their night cream. And again, this is one of those products that it was fine, but it didn't do anything special enough that I would want to go out and purchase a full size, especially because the Fresh products are not very budget friendly. They're not the worst, but they're not budget friendly. So this is one that was fine. If it came back into my life, I would use it up without any issue, but not something that I'm looking to go out and purchase specifically. What I would definitely purchase specifically is the counterpart. So this is also from Fresh. This is the Lotus Youth Preserve Face Cream. This is the day cream version. I loved this so much. This was so just pillowy and luxurious. My skin really enjoyed it. It really felt very nice. It was the perfect day cream, and I would absolutely purchase a full size of this once I am in the market for a full size moisturizer. It was absolutely lovely. One that I sadly would not purchase is this one right here. This is from Dermalogica. Typically, Dermalogica is a brand that I enjoy the products from. This is their BioLumin-C serum in their Age Smart line. I don't even remember using this, and that is why I would not go out and purchase it. Not because there was anything wrong with it, but because I also don't remember anything right with it. So this is just kind of a meh for me as well. And I think that might be it for the skincare. Yes, so we do have a good bit of body care as well. So I did finish off this right here. This is from Glow Recipe. This is the Watermelon Glow Pink Dream Body Cream. This was in my Nightmare on Painting Street project pan. I really enjoyed this a lot. It smelled absolutely divine. It smells exactly like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. It was lovely to use. The texture of it was really, really great. But, and this is a very big but, I'm pretty sure this only took me 28 uses to finish. And that for me at this price point is just too few. Now granted, I did use it all over my entire body, so if I was concentrating it specifically to my legs or my arms or something like that, it wouldn't have taken so few uses. But I feel like at this price point, I want more than 28 uses out of it, but I also don't want to have to like ration it out. I hope that makes sense. So really did like it. If it were to magically appear in my collection again, I would happily use it up because like I said, the texture on this is just so dreamy and wonderful. I just don't feel like you get enough bang for your buck. Also in the body, oh, is that my only body care? That might be. Yep, I totally misspoke. I have hair care in here, and that for me is pretty rare. I have, what, 4 body care or hair care items and a little sample? Yeah, cool. Okay, let's talk about the sample first. So this is from Living Proof. This is the Perfect Hair Day 5-in-1 styling treatment. I got a good 3 or 4 uses out of here, and honestly, the last use that I got was probably more than what I needed, but I didn't realize that, so I could have probably stretched it out to 1 more. This was fine, but I really didn't notice anything like special from it. So again, this is not something that I would purchase in a full size simply because it didn't wow me enough to justify the price point. However, I didn't dislike it, so if it were to magically come into my collection, I would definitely use it. This I finished off in my 50 Shades of Purple project pan. This is from Bumble & Bumble. This is the BB Repair Blow Dry Serum in Cream. I adored this. I liked this so much that if you saw my Sephora haul, which I'll make sure to link above, I did purchase a full size of this because I didn't realize how much I enjoyed it and how much of a difference that it made in my hair until I ran out. And then literally the very next time that I washed and blow dried my hair, I could feel a difference. So it immediately went onto my loves list in preparation for the Sephora sale because it worked really, really well. I also used up this dry shampoo. This is the Drybar Detox Dry Shampoo. This was fine as far as how it performed. It was fine. It definitely isn't my favorite as far as performance goes. But the real reason I would not repurchase this is because while I do enjoy the scent of Drybar products, there's a lot. It's a very, 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 very strong scent. It has the same level of scent that I would expect from like a body lotion. And it lingers. So if you like that scent and you like heavily scented items, this would be a win for you. But for me, even though it's a scent that I enjoy, it was just too much. So it's not something that I would repurchase. These I loved. I really loved these a lot. These are samples of the Nature Lab Tokyo Perfect Smooth Shampoo and Conditioner set. I think I have another set of these and I'm very excited if that's the case because these were absolutely lovely. My hair responded really, really well to them. I feel like these might be available through Beautylish. I don't know, I'll have to look into it, but this is certainly something that once I run out of all of the shampoo and conditioner that I currently have in back stock, I would heavily consider purchasing because I enjoyed it that much. It has a very fresh, very inviting citrusy scent to it. It cleaned my hair really nicely. It conditioned it nicely. And I feel like that's a strong win. And honestly, the rest is makeup, which is so exciting. I love, look at all that. I love having makeup empties, and most of them are full size. So let's talk about the one foil sample in here. This is from Saie. I hope that's how you pronounce it. It's the Glowy Super Gel. I'm so glad that I got this in a foil sample because it's one that I was really, really looking at, and I almost purchased a Sephora Favorites kit because this was in it. But I'm glad now that I didn't, because this is very heavily scented of rose, and that is just not my favorite. I think that the formula of it is really nice. It is definitely very serum-y, and it does have a nice dewy glow to it, but the scent is just not what I want. And to be very honest with you, the way that this looked on my skin is very much comparable to the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Primer, and that one I really, really love. So I'm very glad that I got to use this. I got, I think, 2, possibly 3 uses out of this foil sample, but it's not going to be a purchase for me. I used up a little deluxe sample of the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea 4-in-1 Setting Mist. I hated this. I'm sorry. I usually don't say such strong things. I truly did. I hated this. This smelled awful. It smelled so, so bad. It was like, I think the way that I described it in the video that I talked about finishing this off in, I think it was in my Bits and Pieces project pan. It's like you took sweet tarts and like ground them up and just like inhale the fumes left from it. It's awful. Definitely not something that I would ever consider purchasing. I did use up a deluxe sample of the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. I scraped out literally as much as I could. I think there's just a little bit still kind of clinging to the insides there, but I really got in there with not just the spatula that comes with it, but also my own spatula. And I love this. I know that not everybody does, and it is a bougie product. And that's why I've never purchased a full size, but I hoard these little samples because I do really, really enjoy this primer. I finished off another setting spray. This one is from Farsali. This is their rose gold one. It's the one that had all the like little flecks in it, which was beautiful to use. As far as a setting spray or fixing spray or whatever this is marketed as, I mean, it was fine. There was nothing special about it. And I feel like I was very much sucked into the hype of Farsali, especially on Instagram, because all of it just looked so luxe, and I was definitely sucked in. And the products that I've tried from them have all just been kind of like meh to me. So I am very glad that I used that up because that was expensive. That was expensive for a setting spray, and I feel like I have that out of my system. I used up a powder, you guys. This is my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear 24-Hour Powder Foundation, and we are gone. I really love this powder foundation. I have a backup of it that I've already started using. This works so well for me, whether I'm using a dense brush and I'm really buffing it in for a full coverage foundation look, or if I'm using kind of a fluffy brush to set down whatever like primer or tinted moisturizer I'm using just to kind of amp up the coverage just a little bit. Whatever the case may be, this is on me a beautiful, beautiful formula, and I'm so happy that I finished one off, but that I also have another one to take its place. I finished off what is probably one of my very favorite concealers. This is from the ULTA house brand. This is their full coverage liquid concealer. I am in the shade Fair Cool. I adored this. I really did. I pulled the stopper. I scooped out every last little bitty bit that I possibly could. And at some point I will definitely be repurchasing this. However, I do need to work through some of the ones that are already in my collection, including one that I just purchased, and I don't think is really a good shade match for me. And the final thing that I finished off is a mascara. This is the one from Merit. Again, I really enjoyed this very, very much. This is a tubing mascara, and for me, it worked very well. Mascara is kind of a hit and miss when it comes to recommendations because it's a very personal sort of product. But for me, this looked nice on its own, but more importantly, it layered really, really well with other mascaras. I have trouble with mascara in general transferring onto my lower lash line, or I mean onto my lower kind of skin underneath my eyes. And it happens with, honestly, the majority of mascaras that I try. So I like having something that I can put on my bottom lashes for one, but also layer over top some of those other mascaras that I may like, but I can't wear on their own. And this sort of just worked to kind of seal them in. Really liked this a lot. It is one that I would strongly consider repurchasing once I've worked through some of the other mascaras that are in my collection, because again, I've purchased more even when I shouldn't. So this is a good mascara, one that if you have a similar issue to the one that I've described, you may find yourself liking, but it is a little bit on the pricey side, so just be aware of that as well. So there we have it. Those are my empties for the month of April, and I feel really, really good about it. I'll have, as always, I will have a little pop-up here showing the total that the retail value of the products that I used up, but I'm feeling really, really good about it. And to be very honest, I'm thrilled to see some of those full-size makeup products that are empties because, ooh, my beauty rehab update is going to be painful. What have you used up recently, and is it something that you would repurchase? I would love to know, so let me know down in the comments below. As always, everything that I'm wearing, as well as everything mentioned in this video, is going to be linked in the description box below, and if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you'll consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.